Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Lane. Wonderful to see you guys here today. Wonderful to have you back in paradise, Jan. Hope that you had an amazing adventure, and yeah, have lots of good stories to tell. But anyway, yeah, we are here today to say some good stuff about us. And Lane, nice to see you also. Hope that you are also having an amazing day. But anyway, we're going to do what we do every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. I'm going to pull a card off the top of my deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do this, we are really changing the way that our brains are wired. It's such an important thing to do, and the fact is that in the morning like this, we actually have a natural advantage because our brains are more plastic. They're more easy to be modified in the morning when we wake up before we have filled them with a whole bunch of other stuff. The wake up call is actually one of the first things that I do in the morning. I don't get up in the morning and surf technology or anything like that. I get up in the morning and this is actually the first thing that I do before I'm exposed to all of the various stuff that the world has for me. I very intentionally fill my brain up with something positive and empowering. So let's do that today. Let's fill our brains up with something positive and empowering. I'm going to pull a card off the top of the deck, ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do this, we are building into our own lives and we are changing up our own understanding of how life is going to go. And so let's have some fun. Let's pull a card and say that today I am confident. I am confident. I trust in my abilities and judgment. So I am confident. I trust in my abilities and judgment. Are you confident? You are confident. You trust in your abilities and judgment. I'm going to write this down in the comments. I encourage you guys to do the same thing as we affirm that we are confident and that we trust in our abilities and judgment. Indeed, we are confident people. I've once heard the word confidence described as a buoyancy of the soul. There's a very famous quote from Henry Ford about confidence that says that if you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So whether we're confident that we can do something or confident that we can't, whether we're confident that it can happen or confident that it can't happen, we are correct. And so it's so much of life is just about cultivating that confidence that it can happen, confidence that we're good enough, confidence that we're smart enough, confidence that we deserve it. And as we do cultivate these that confidence, it allows us to have that trust because we have to have that trust. We have to trust that we have the abilities to do what it is that we purpose to do, or at least that we can figure it out. I don't know about you. Every single time that I do a new project, it always seems very simple until I get started. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually more difficult than I thought it was. I actually have to learn new skills that I didn't even consider that I would have to learn. I actually have to, I actually have to develop myself in ways that I didn't know that I would have to develop myself. I have to learn something different that I didn't even anticipate. It always seems so simple when we conceptualize it, and then when we get down to the nitty gritty of getting it done, I realize that we really only know 10% of what we thought that we knew, and if it was easy, we'd have done it already. And so the discipline comes in making sure that we just continue along the path, that we learn the stuff we learn that we need to learn, that we do the things we need to do, that we engage in the behaviors, that we keep our focus on the things that are important, so that we can eventually accomplish the stuff that's most important to us. Now we trust in our abilities because in the past we've been able to trust in our abilities. Everything that we've accomplished thus far in life is something that we didn't know how to do before we started doing it. And so we have this whole track record of doing stuff that we have never done before. And as I accumulate years, I realize that one of the things that trips me up the most is that, when I was young, or when I was younger than I am today, because I still consider myself pretty young, but when I was younger than I am today, I didn't even think about that there might be reasons why something doesn't work. And as I've accumulated life experiences and recognized that there are lots of things that could go wrong, my brain has a tendency to go to those things. And I have to ask myself, or I have to tell myself, okay, it's fine to visit these things. It's fine to recognize that, of course, I don't know everything. However, it's not fine to dwell on these things. It's not fine to allow these things to stop me from accomplishing the things that I purpose to accomplish. And so, while I do trust in my abilities, I also had to take a good sober look at what my capabilities are, and then I'm just more aware of the fact that I'm going to have to learn new things before I start than I was in the past. And that right there is a function of our judgments of our own capabilities. And so, so much more nowadays, I recognize that that there are things that I'm good at and there are things that I'm not good at. And the things that I'm good at, I do. And that my goal is to really lean into those things. And the things that I'm not good at, I outsource. I find somebody who's good at it and I'm like, here, you do it. I'm not good at this. And I don't intend to be good at this. I don't intend to develop myself this way. However, there are billions of people in this world, and lots of them are better at lots of things than I will ever be. And so it's important for me to just recognize my own strengths and weaknesses, and really just outsource those weaknesses to other people that are strong in that area. And so I am confident, and I trust in my abilities and judgment. And the more that I trust in my abilities and judgment, the more that I have the more that I get that life experience that gives me even more confidence. The more that I accomplish things that I'd never accomplished before, the more that the more that I develop skills that I'd never developed before, and the more that I ultimately am able to am able to do the stuff that excites me and that ultimately makes me feel self-actualized. And so as we go through our day today, we are going to be presented with challenges, of all different types. Some of them are things that we've done 100 times, and to us it's trivial. Other things are things that are brand new to us, and we need to make sure that we don't fall into the trap of saying, "Well, that's brand new, and so therefore I can't do it." We need to instead say, "That's brand new, and I can figure this out, just like I've been able to figure out everything else up until this point." Jan says that she had to learn to recognize her capabilities and cultivate confidence in those areas, and then that gave her confidence to try new things, and reminded her that things are figure outable. I love that word, figure outable. I think that's a Marie Forleo word, but things are figure outable. Now I am confident in my abilities to do what I can do, and confident in my ability to find help. And an adultery adult, I love it. If it's something I don't trust myself to do alone yet, do like that. And indeed, so much of this is indeed finding an adultier adult, as Jan so wonderfully puts it. An adultier adult, an adult who has adulted in that area more than we have, because in the end, all of us are, on the inside, still children in certain areas of our lives. And if we're honest with ourselves, probably a lot of areas of our lives that we are just incredibly underdeveloped or undeveloped, because life is big and there's a whole lot of stuff that we haven't done, a whole lot of stuff that that we have yet to learn, and in the process of becoming who we were born to be. Anyways, guys, I'm confident today. You're confident as well. Let's go and show the world that we can and that we will. And let's trust that we figured it out in the past and we can continue to figure it out in the future. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll come up with another one of these. Until then, thank you guys so much for being here. And good morning again to Jan and Lane, and to everybody else who watched but did not leave a comment. I love you as well. Thanks so much for being here. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow at 9. Until then, this is your daily reminder. I love you. I care about you. I appreciate you, and I'll chat with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Until then, aloha from paradise.